Hi folks, this movie is about how I built this nice tractor cab for under $500. Here in Canada, a tractor cab runs between $5,000 and $8,000 even for this small Kubota L2502. The windows I used was out of an RV. I needed the back window to slide so I could reach out and rotate the chute of the snowblower. Also, the front window opens, which will be great for the summertime for air conditioning, and I can open it if the glass gets frosted up in the winter. I welded the frame together, but if you don't weld, you can drill holes and bolt the pieces together. One of the more challenging parts of the build is shaping the steel around the wheel wells. I bent the angle iron around the wheel wells by cutting one of the edges of the angle iron, which allowed the angle iron to bend to match the contours of the wheel wells or wherever it was required. Note, I used 10-foot pieces of angle iron so that there'd be less joining the pieces. Where I did have to join the angle iron together, I overlapped the pieces by 5 inches, drill holes through the 2 pieces, and bolted through the adjoining pieces. I used the nuts with the nylon thread because they don't seem to vibrate loose. I choose to bolt the frame to the tractor cab as welding can damage the electrical components on the tractor. To cut the glass to shape, I held the 4x4 pieces of lexan in place and used the marker to trace the lexan to the contour of the frame. After tracing out the frame contours on the lexan, I took the lexan into the house for cutting as it was well below freezing outside, which would make the glass more brittle. Before making the cuts and drilling the hole, I always put the tape on both sides. Yes, the lines of the mark on the glass was covered with the duct tape, so I centered the tape where I would be cutting. I guessed where the middle of the tape was and cut there. 1/8 inch plexiglass or lexan can easily break when cutting or drilling. I used a jigsaw with a fine-tooth metal blade. I always start the jigsaw before pushing it into the glass and move the jigsaw slowly. You will feel it cut smoothly, or you may feel it jerk and vibrate. If you feel it vibrating, you run a risk of breaking the glass, so slow the travel speed down and increase the motor speed. Same applies to drilling. I also keep the cut supported firmly by keeping the cutting edge of the glass close to the sawhorse or the workbench. This minimizes vibration. Well, by now you see the black on the outer edge of the glass. This was added after cutting the glass. I didn't want the glass to be vibrating against the steel frame, so I took the hot water pipe insulators off the pipes in my house. The wife was a bit concerned that I was dismantling the house to build a tractor cab. I reassured her that I'd be replacing the hot water pipe foam insulators the next trip to town. After the glass was cut, I slid the edge of the glass into the slits of the hot water pipe insulator and duct tape in the pipe insulator to the glass. I used the orange duct tape as the orange duct tape was the exact color match of my Kubota. I fastened the glass with the foam pipe insulator to the cab by drilling holes through the pipe insulator, duct tape, and caught the edge of the glass that was inside the pipe insulator. I then ran the plastic tie straps through the drill holes and around the frame of the tractor. Please note that get good tie straps and tie strap every 16 inches or so. Due to time restraints, I decided to make the door out of plywood. I bolted a 1x6 to the cab frame and then used hinges to fasten the plywood to the 1x6. I cut the plywood to the contour of the frame and used the jigsaw to cut out the opening for the glass. I just overlapped the glass onto the plywood. I devised a quick and dirty door latch by bolting flat stock to the cab frame and made a makeshift catch on the inside of the door. I recommend having the closing side of the door seat into the frame, as it will support the door and take some strain off the hinges. There you have it, folks. Almost finished. I used that reflector bubble wrap insulator to fill in the holes, but I noticed that I couldn't really see the bucket of the tractor. So I had to go back to the drawing board and make some improvements. I used a marker to make a line on the insulation to see where I want to put the window. I cut it out with a utility knife, cut a piece of lexan for the right size, and duct taped it directly onto the insulator. So here it's a kind of a finished product. I do have some improvements to make and stuff like that, but it's going to come. I have a Chinese diesel heater that I think I'm going to install. And these windows haven't been frosting up for some reason. It's only when it was left outside all night. But anyway, I'll show you a few clips of my snow removal route. It's a beautiful area. And that's about all for the tractor cab build. Again, it was $5,000 to $8,000 for a tractor cab, and they were smaller. This is the full width of the tractor. I have more elbow room, more shoulder room, and I built in some nice options with the glass that opens up. And I think that'll be great for the summertime, because I also have a screen for that glass, so I can just open it up, keep the bugs out, and get some air. Again, the back window opens as well, and I can get access to the snow blower. And anyway, I'm just going to blow out my driveway here, and maybe give you a few shots around town. That's my front yard. We own right to the beach. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of property. I'm working on making a log cabin, and I got lots of plans. So that's it for the video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I could save you some money. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.